Did you think of yourself as an assassin?
Assassin? Sounds so exotic. I was just a murderer.
He lived a quiet life in suburban New Jersey, a devoted husband, a loving father. But behind closed doors, Richard Kuklinski was one of the most feared contract killers in American history. Known as the Iceman, he claimed to have murdered over 100 men for the mob. Tonight on The Forgotten Files, we uncover the chilling truth behind the man who froze his victims, literally. Kuklinski's first murder is believed to have occurred in his late teens, though details remain murky. By the 1960s, he was deeply entrenched in New Jersey's criminal underworld. What set Kuklinski apart was his cold, methodical nature. He treated killing like a business, using cyanide, firearms, and ice to eliminate victims efficiently and without emotion. Nicknamed the Iceman for freezing his victims to obscure time of death, he became a ghost among mob circles, a man whose work was feared, yet rarely seen. Richard Kuklinski's methods were as innovative as they were terrifying. He experimented with cyanide, handguns, and strangulation, but his signature was freezing the bodies. Law enforcement struggled to connect the murders. His victims were found weeks or even months later, giving him an almost mythical reputation in the criminal world. Kuklinski's work spanned decades, earning the trust of powerful mobsters, yet keeping him invisible to the public eye. Interviews with those who knew him later painted a picture of a charming suburban man with a horrifying secret. Despite decades of murders, Kuklinski's reign ended in the mid-1980s when the FBI and state authorities finally closed in. Using undercover surveillance and testimonies from former associates, law enforcement built an airtight case. In 1986, Richard Kuklinski was arrested and would eventually confess to a litany of murders, though the exact number remains uncertain. His trial shocked the nation, a suburban family man unmasked as a monstrous hitman. Kuklinski was sentenced to multiple life terms, but his legend only grew. Richard Kuklinski died in prison in 2006, but his story remains a chilling reminder of how evil can hide in plain sight. The Iceman has inspired documentaries, books, and films, a symbol of the hidden darkness that can exist behind ordinary faces. For every Richard Kuklinski, there are countless stories buried in history, waiting to be uncovered, and that is exactly what we do here, on The Forgotten Files.